Hi, this is Aurora from the Educating All Learners Alliance, and today we're speaking to Michelle Soriano for 5 Minutes with CAST. CAST is a nonprofit education and research development organization that created the Universal Design for Learning, or UDL, framework to make learning more inclusive. CAST is dedicated to creating inclusive educational environments through UDL and innovative accessibility solutions. The CAS Accessibility Solutions team specializes in helping institutions integrate accessible technologies and materials, ensuring that all learners have equal opportunities to succeed. Joining us today is Michelle Soriano. She's a professional learning specialist on the accessibility team at CAS, who is passionate about all things inclusive and accessible education. Great to have you here today, Michelle. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much. I am so excited to be here. I love everything EALA and talking everything inclusive practices.
I love that energy, and I love some of the other interviews that I've seen you do with Cass around this topic. So let's dive right in and tell us more in your own words about your organization and the work that you're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. So I am a professional learning specialist on the accessibility team at CAST. And as you mentioned, CAST, we are the founders of Universal Design for Learning. But the great thing about my role is that you cannot have universal design for learning without accessibility. And so I get the opportunity to really support educators and agencies in really understanding what is accessibility, why does it matter, and how do you do it?
I love that. But that's not to say that there aren't challenges and issues facing us in the world of education today. It feels like, we've got a lot of uphill challenges. So what would you say kind of a big issue, the main issue that you feel like CAST is trying to tackle right now?
Well, the main issue, and I'm going to speak specifically about our accessibility team at
Yes.
CAST because CAST has so many different departments. But I will tell you, leading on that, you don't know what you don't know, and keeping up with the compliance pieces, the mandates of accessibility. There is the Department of Justice Title II of ADA updates that were released in April of 2024. And I would say that this right now is a big focal point for educators across the world because it mandates that all of our websites, all of our mobile apps, everything has to be compliant with the web content accessibility guidelines. And a lot of people say, what is that? How do we know what that means?
Mhm.
What do we do? Or is that one more thing that we have to initiate? And so just being able to be down to earth, be real, help people understand what do we mean when we say web content accessibility guidelines are WCAG, and how can I take that information and implement it into my role, my organization, my agency has been a big goal of ours. And so just meeting everybody where they are and helping them grow together so that we can make things more accessible and inclusive and universal for all of our learners.
What are some of the big wins you've had through this work?
Every small win is a big win
I
in
love
my
that.
eyes, and I know the eyes of Cass because we have to celebrate every single moment. We've done a lot of work around systems change with state agencies and other education agencies. And I will say that a big win is one, getting everybody to meet together, come up with common language and understanding, but then building that to where it's scaling into making changes in policies, making sure that when we're looking at written guidelines, when we're looking at how we're implementing things, that we have accessibility at the forefront when we're purchasing curriculum, that we're thinking about accessibility as we're going through that process so that we're spending money appropriately and effectively, and we're getting resources and materials that every single child can leverage and use and be successful with.
So how can folks get involved or stay informed? How can folks access some of this awesome work that you're doing?
Oh, yeah. Well, if you want to reach out, friends, you can email us at AIM, that's AEM, at cas.org. You can find us on any and all social media platforms. We're on LinkedIn, we're on X, we're on Blue Sky. You name it, we're there. Just look for CAS UDL. And then you can also visit our website. It is AEM at cast.org. And feel free to look at our accessibility solutions, how we can support you. Reach out. We want to be that partner that collaborates, that really helps you think through things. And the sky's the limit when we work together.
I love that. That's awesome. That's it for us today. Those 5 minutes go by fast. Thank you so much for joining us today, Michelle. It was great to have you.
Thanks so much. I cannot wait to collaborate.
Thank you so much to Michelle Soriano from CAST. I'm Aurora from EALA, and this was 5 Minutes with CAST.